torch and dip it into the sexy St. Jeff candle. No Buffs is back. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, along with my two fellow tribe members, two guys I always let burp in my face, Trey Kirby and JD.
Your last fart is still in my face.
Yeah,
actually.
sorry, I'm pretty gassy here today.
It's all right. I smell a little chocolate.
That ain't chocolate, man. We're here
a bit nutty.
we're here to recap episode 12 of Survivor 44, titled "I'm the Bandit." Shout out to the live tribe joining us live right now on YouTube. Please take a second, like the video, subscribe to No Buffs. All of our podcast listeners, we love you too. Leave your boys at No Buffs a 5-star rating and review. Survivor 44, it's almost over.
The penultimate.
That's right.
Episode.
Thank you for getting that in early.
That's huge, man.
Had to.
That's
Yes.
big time.
Episode 12, our second last episode of the season. Next week, we got the long one, and then the after show. This, in theory, was our last ever episode of Survivor that's only an hour long.
In theory, yeah.
Yeah, we got the super long one next week, and then we got the 90 minutes starting in Survivor 45.
Wow, has that been confirmed?
Oh, it's confirmed.
Confirmed!
There's a writer's strike. CBS has got to fill a schedule. Everything's got to be supersized. But let's jump right into it. The theme of this episode is definitely Carolyn being recognized as a threat, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're taking away from this one. She comes back from tribal council, talking about the idol play for Carson. Not that she needed to in the end, but, big move. Yam Yam notes that Carolyn can't stop talking about the whole master birdcage plan from earlier in the season,
Yeah.
and that the target is just getting bigger and bigger on her back. Jamie notes in this episode about Carolyn, how she's like super emotional, but it's all calculated. Lauren tells us she's lovable. She's weird, but she's scaring me. Mm-hmm. She's that good at this game. And it comes down to Yam Yam really deciding between the heart and the head. Does he backstab her, cut bait, help his chances to win, or does he stick with the Tika 3, the Three Stooges, at least for one more vote here? And that's what they do. With
Yes.
Jamie going home. Ultimately, with 4 votes, Carolyn getting 2. The misdirect in this episode from the producers and editors, they were trying. They were like, this is the one. Get ready. She's going home. But
Call me a big mouth Billy Bass because I bought it.
Oh,
Hook, line, and
did
sinker.
ya? Wow.
Did you? Did
Yeah,
you?
A little bit I did.
Okay.
Yam Yam, convincing performance
Very.
at Final Tribal Council. He looked like a guy that was upset to be voting out his number one ally.
He did. He really did.
Yeah,
And in
he
his
was selling it.
confessionals, he cried at one point.
Yeah.
Just the thought of getting rid of her, he couldn't. He was overcome with emotion. But they did a great job editing. I mean, they even put in that weird shot of Jamie. Mm-hmm. Well, that has nothing to do with anything. Just to finish his sentence, I think.
Yeah, people pointing out they used previous footage of Jamie. You can actually see Danny sitting behind her. You see his tattoo.
She's wearing a completely
Different
different
clothes.
outfit.
Yeah,
It's
just-
on screen for a half a second. I'm still like, I can't believe I missed it. But then again,
Why would you think?
why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I? And just to say a single word, crazy.
I will say for, 35 minutes, 40 minutes of this episode, I was going, holy crap, here we go. Yam Yam's going to do it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Carson all along that was going to backstab Carolyn, but it's going to be Yam Yam. He wants to win. He literally says that in a confessional. But I'll tell you when I was like, oh, not this week. When they included Carolyn at Tribal Council saying, is this my goodbye speech?
Right.
Literally asking probes. I'm like, okay, no, I'm not. No, hold on. Something's a little weird now.
Yeah.
And maybe they won't vote her out. And they don't. Like I said, Jamie with 4 votes, Carolyn with 2. And, oh, yeah, Heidi played an idol. But here's the cue. Did Yam Yam screw up? Did him and Carson, should they have voted Carolyn out?
I mean, my first instinct is to say, yeah, I think why get rid of Jamie? She is not a threat to win the game whatsoever, whereas Carolyn definitely is. So I guess it's a question of timing, really. I mean, now they're looking very strong going into the final 3 or
Final
the
five.
final 5. But their original plan was the 3 of them to stick together. But it felt like it was time for Carolyn to go, to me, for Yam Yam's game. Because Yam Yam, he gets along with everybody.
Yep.
And I think that he could get rid of Carolyn, and then he can just bring whomever he wants along for the rest of the game. So I think it might have been a mistake.
Okay, then did Yam Yam decide to ultimately keep Carolyn around, or was Carson convincing enough to Yam Yam to keep her around? Because he's telling us, I still want her here for one more vote, for one more week.
Right.
One more episode, I should say. And maybe he had much more influence in this Three Stooges Tika 3 of saying, no, not yet, Yam Yam.
I think Carson is right, and I think Yam Yam made the right move, keeping Carolyn around, because there's a Tika in the final 3.
Yeah.
And Yam Yam is one of those 3. If they go into a final 5 with Heidi, Lauren, and Jamie, and then Yam Yam and Carson, the numbers are against them there. They still got the numbers right now. 3 against 2. We saw last year, I think it was Jesse cut Cody at 6, going down to 5. Jesse was the next guy to go home because the target was too big.
Yeah.
And right now, Yam Yam, despite the fact that he's playing one of the 3 best games out there, small target. Like, nobody's really going after Yam Yam right now, even though everybody likes him, and he's going to be incredible when he gets to the jury.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had to rank them. Let's say they pull this off, and all 3 are sitting there at the end, which is in play.
Sure. Yeah.
Who wins? Who would you think has the best chance to convince the jury to give them $1 million between Carolyn, Carson, and Yam Yam? How do you put them 1, 2, 3?
I go Yam Yam 1.
Because of his social game.
Because of his social game.
Yep.
I think everybody loves him. I think we were talking before the show, and Rob has brought it up on his podcast. They're not showing us the bond that he has with Heidi.
Right. Trey has been saying this for
Trey
weeks.
has been saying it for a long time. And I think everybody loves him. I love him.
Yeah.
I want to know him.
Sure.
I
want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Of the Tika 3, of all the cast, I could be friends with Yam Yam.
I believe that. So you think that
Great guy.
alone
Seems like a great guy.
will get him enough votes?
Yeah.
Even if he's sitting with Carson and Carolyn,
Yeah.
who have obviously can make convincing cases
Totally.
why they should win and maybe get some votes.
Yeah. So what it's going to boil down to is, who do I like more? Who do I want to see get this $1 million? Mm-hmm. Carson also very likable, but he has this. We were also talking about this. He has it's a disingenuous way about him. Do you know what I mean?
In the way he talks?
Yes.
Yeah. He oddly talks like a kid, which he sort of is.
He is,
a kid in a high school play. The cadence of how he talks
Yes.
is like he's almost reciting lines.
Right.
And maybe that's the disingenuous part.
Maybe.
Maybe that's just how he is, too.
Right. And I'm not saying that he is disingenuous. I'm just saying that he kind of comes off as being a little disingenuous. And but again, I think he's very likable. But next to Yam Yam, Yam Yam is loved.
Yeah. So you think Yam Yam 1, Carolyn 2, and
Carolyn 2 and
3?
Carson 3.
Agree with that order, or do you have it a different way if all 3 of them are at the end?
I'm probably the same. I definitely have Yam Yam on top because I think he is going to make an incredible case at Final Tribal Council. We have seen the basis of his strategy case is going to be, you wrote my name down, you're sitting on the jury. That's a pretty good case right there. Also, anti-case for Carson. He's 20. They don't give
Very
the win
difficult.
to a 20-year-old all that often. So I think he probably sees that and he's like, I can outduel Carson in a talking battle. The Carolyn thing will be a huge question.
Yes.
But there's still a chance to get her out next week.
True, and who knows who goes into fire. We were convinced last week it's going to be Carson. It's going to be Heidi. I think we now have to consider Carolyn could be in this fire-making challenge.
Yep.
Maybe
Lot
it's
of
even
fire talk.
Maybe it's even Carson versus Carolyn in the final fire-making challenge there. I loved Carolyn at Tribal Council last night, though, basically playing up Final Tribal Council as if she was there.
Right.
She says, quote, "There's nothing wrong with being an emotional player, but it doesn't mean that somebody can't be strategic who is emotional. I am both. I have promised myself, and I promised my son, I am not going to apologize for crying." That's like a Final Tribal Council thing you say to the jury, and you're like, oh, damn, she's right.
Yeah.
As we see time and time again over the last couple weeks, a lot of the people that are still out there on the island saying, yeah, she's emotional, but she's got some chops to her. She knows what's going on, so... I just love that she was almost making her case if she is there.
Yeah, it
the
wasn't
final
a goodbye speech. It was a pre-jury speech.
Right.
The way it went down. But, man, with the way the vote went down, with it ended up being Jamie going home, I'm feeling so happy and feeling so optimistic about next week's finale. We're getting a good winner. There's going to be a good winner.
Yeah.
Because Carolyn would be a great winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yam Yam would be a great winner. Carson would be a great winner. And it feels like a Tika is going to win this unless
Yeah.
something goes crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay.
Did Heidi's chances of winning this game go completely kaput last night? Playing the idol, not having to. Or did it help her to some extent? Like, will there be that thing like Carolyn just did it? She didn't play it correctly.
Right.
But
right.
everyone's like, oh, okay, nice move. And everyone's like, okay, Heidi played it, didn't need to, but hey, wow, she kept it a secret. She had one. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, when we see Carolyn play the idol last week, we get a shot of the entire jury, like knocking each other over. They're like, whoa,
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
I went back and watched it, and when Heidi plays it, we get a shot of Franny going,
Okay.
and then we see Danny go, okay. But there was no, oh my God, what a move.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
there was none of that. And then it's even more sad trombone when the votes are read and it's like she wasn't even on the block anyway. So it sort of shows, I mean, in her defense, she's alone out there. She's the last of her tribe. Mm-hmm. The other two non-Tika players have voted for her in the past. So, she feels like she's alone on an island. She has a secret idol. Fuck it.
She had just received votes.
Right, exactly.
So
it's like, okay, well, I want to at least make it to the final 5. Plus, maybe she has another idol in her pocket, right?
That's what people are wondering.
theory.
Because we get the scene where she gets up at the crack of dawn, Carson hears her stirring, then suddenly they're all out there looking for one. We never see somebody find one, but would you be shocked next week?
No.
In the old flashback where Heidi found another one. She did play it pretty nonchalantly.
Yeah.
It was like, here you go, Jeff. He's like, well, who are you playing for? Yourself? Or... Yeah, she's like walking back.
Whatever.
She's like, whatever, I got another
take
one.
it.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
I know it's real, okay? I know it's real. Take it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Would you be upset if
Yeah,
that's what
I
happened?
would be upset.
You will be. If, like, we go
I
to a
don't
tribal council and then she's like, Jeff, hold on.
Flashback.
Jeff?
Flashback, boom.
Yeah.
I found it before Carson even got out of bed.
I mean, she probably did because they don't really hide them anymore, really.
Yeah.
They just kind of throw it near the camp. And it's just like, if you get up early enough,
Set it
you're
on a
going to find
log.
it.
Is that her best chance to win the game? That she has found the other idol
I mean,
and plays it? Or can she not? Like, you guys, I'm with you. I don't... Like, Tika's winning this. Somebody from Tika is winning it.
yeah.
Lauren, I guess, could win a couple more immunities. That's impressive.
I think if
She's already
Laura-
got 2. Could she,
Yeah.
if she wins her way there? Okay, it's nice, but...
if she does fire, if she wins another immunity. I mean, look, Lauren's resume is not bad. Like,
Yeah.
she's won 2 immunity idols. She had an extra vote. She's outlasted everybody.
She's always told us, at least, and other people, I feel like, we got to target Tika. Like, she
Right.
at least can say, I saw this. I've been
Yes.
saying it for weeks. They're staying in the middle, and they're going back and forth between the other two, the green and orange tribe. So, I mean, she's been on to that. Didn't do anything, really. Ultimately, couldn't pull off the move to sort of get them out.
And if she's sitting next to Heidi and Carson, for example, I don't know.
Okay.
That's the key.
She's a single mom. There's that. There's a story there. There's a resume there. It's not terrible for Lauren, I don't think.
I think to win, either Heidi or Lauren has to get out 2 Tikas next, and then you can at least pitch yourself as, I took down the Tikas.
Right.
2 of them went home
Yeah.
because of me. We're not seeing on all Tika final 3 here at Tribal Council, so possible, but even then, I still think the Tika most likely has a stronger case, unless it's a Boston Celtics-like collapse at the end. No offense, Ashwa.
I love that one shot they did include at Tribal Council. Again, I think they just did the most slick editing of all time with you trying to convince us that Carolyn was maybe going home, but like the look
Oh my god.
between Yam Yam and Carolyn of like when they're talking about the head, the heart, and all that, and she is just like, "Are you doing it?" Or
Yeah.
like, and you're like left going like, "Is this all a ruse?
Yeah.
Are they all just the best actors we've ever seen because they're trying to convince the other ones like this is the plan, so where we're going.
I mean, Carolyn, she's such a she's a bit of a weirdo, right? Like,
well, Lauren said that in the episode. Yeah.
Well, I love her, but she's a bit of she reacts very strongly to almost everything, it seems.
Yes.
So I was trying to figure out, is this editing or is this actually her just reacting to the fact that she might be going home? But even after the votes were read and it unfolded exactly how they thought it was going to, it still felt like she was being blindsided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, what the hell happened there? Unless there was something...
My only guess is that Carson and Yam Yam didn't tell Carolyn that she was going to be the decoy vote. And maybe, like, you see your name come up unexpectedly, you're like, hey, why didn't you tell me about that? I would have been fine with it if we were completely honest with the way things went down. We've seen her get upset about being left out of things before, so even that little piece of information, I don't know.
True.
It was weird, though.
I just keep hoping, I think. Like, I don't know, I'm torn. On one hand, I want all Tika 3 to be there at the end.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see them battle it out and try and convince the jury, and they all have great cases. But on the other hand, I felt like this entire episode was the prelude to next week's episode, of course, the finale, where they're turn on each other. Who are the two of the three in the Tika that team up to get out the other one? Is it somebody that wins the immunity necklace and then forces the other two in fire?
Right.
And, like, so then they don't have to decide, like, you know, like, what is it? It's got to be that, right?
I think
it
so.
has to be that because these are gamers. Carolyn's smart. Yam Yam's smart. Carson's smart. Like, they're going to, like, look at it, go, we need to have a Lauren here or a Heidi here.
Totally.
In one of the other seats.
Yam Jam's already said it. I don't want Carolyn sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't, and that's wise. That's very wise of him. And I think that Carolyn is also saying she's only willing to say she's going as far as next week with Carson.
Yep.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
I think she's going to be... They're all targeting each other, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, is it a little bit of the Spider-Man meme here? The three of these
Totally.
just sort of all pointing at each other. Yeah, it feels like that. What else you got from this one? We had 2 challenges.
Couple of challenges.
2 challenges. My 2 least favorite challenges, I think,
Of the season?
This episode I found kind of tedious. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Jeff was even sort of not into it. You know what I mean? That first one, he's like... Oh, welcome. He says, welcome in. What's season 44? What does it have in store? He's almost rolling his eyes while he's saying it. It's just like, can we just get this over with? There's some sandwiches for you at the end of this, you know? Like,
They were fired up for those sandwiches.
yeah, they're...
Sandwiches!
Somebody said, finally! Finally get some sandwiches around here.
Didn't they have peanut butter and jelly?
I know. I don't know what
Earlier,
they're talking
Carson
about.
got sick off peanut butter and jelly. He's like, sandwiches.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's do this.
Well, it wasn't just sandwiches. It was chocolate. It was cookies. It was fruit. It was juice, iced tea, and you got a foot massage.
Boolah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's weird. It's a weird
Yes.
part, right?
Yeah, I would be. I'm good. I don't want.
Really?
I mean, I don't like foot massages. I'm ticklish.
Yeah.
I feel bad showing my feet to anyone.
Yeah, but it's day 23. You're probably
would be
desperate to be
nice.
touched. I mean,
Well, I'm not sure it was that type of massage.
well, I don't know. Because I was the same way. I was like, I'm not getting a goddamn foot massage. I fucking haven't had a bath in 23 days.
Yeah.
But then you see, like, I was like, oh my, that looks almost sensual the way that woman is touching Yam Jam's feet. Like, I don't know.
I'm sure it felt good.
Yeah,
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
felt
Oh, yeah.
But you didn't like the actual challenge.
Man and ball.
Let's start with both of them. The reward challenge.
Gladiators.
Jamie and Carson are in the ball.
Yeah.
The other two, so it's Carolyn and Heidi blindfolded with Jamie as the caller, Yam Yam and Lauren blindfolded with Carson as the caller. Yeah, and go through the obstacle course, and then get there, and then the person in the ball's got to tell them how to do the maze.
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
We've seen it, but we saw it last season. And I think I said this last season, but I want to like this challenge. I think it looks cool because there's somebody in a big ball
Yeah.
being rolled around. On paper, it sounds amazing. And the other 2 people are blindfolded. And there's the whole other thing is the fact that the person is being spun around in the ball trying to give directions. That's
Yeah.
sort of like under the radar, like
It's true.
low key, hard to do because where's up and where's down and where's left and where's right, and
Yeah.
your team is blindfolded, and and things can happen like Carolyn getting left in the dust.
She was like 20 yards behind.
It's like,
How did she catch up?
did she take a pee break like halfway through? Like literally as if she had missed the bus. She was running down.
You would think the one rule of this, if you're blindfolded, is just keep your hand on the ball. Yeah. But she must have, got away from it.
Yeah, and then in practice though, and for TV, it's just the ball just moves so slowly, and it's kind of a tedious ordeal.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even close as well.
No, that was the
big
other part.
blowout.
Yeah, Carson, Yam Yam, and Lauren, they crushed them. I mean, they are to the maze so early. The only part I laugh in this challenge every year they do it is however the person in the ball, however they put them on the platform.
Right.
Like they're not perfectly upright to then say, but like, Carson's like Mission Impossible style lying down trying to tell them, how to do the maze, and they figured it out. It seemed like it didn't actually take them all that long.
No.
How do you think Carson practiced that one at home? That was my question. I was like, there's no way he really practiced last gasp in his bathtub. And then suddenly a picture of Carson in his bathtub with an oven grate over his face came out. So like, he probably 3D printed one of those giant balls and just hanging in it all day. Figuring out if I can do a maze with other people.
Roll me around, Mom. Put on this blindfold and roll me down the street.
I also thought it was funny because that one, when you win, it's impossible to celebrate. One person is stuck in the middle. He was just like shaking his body. The other two are blindfolded, like can't find each other to hug. I thought that was very funny.
That's true. So they go to the sanctuary. Yam Yam tearing up over sandwiches. Now, he hasn't had a single thing to eat in terms of reward the entire game. We're running on 3 weeks at this point. And then they get to talking a little bit while they're getting the foot massage and they're eating. I like how he said, strategy attacks my mind. I thought that was such a cool line. And they're talking with Lauren about this idea of targeting Carolyn. Carson's lying, but this is where Yam Yam seems a lot more conflicted.
Yeah.
Of like, maybe I'm lying.
Maybe I should.
But maybe I should be doing this, or maybe we should be doing this.
Yeah, a nice piece of editing as well, where it's just like he's saying the same thing that Carson's saying, but there's doubt there, and there's these lingering shots where it's like, I don't know, maybe we should get rid of Carolyn.
Right. And then back at the losers camp here, Jamie says Carson is going to win $1 million. Sort of the first time we've really heard like Carson being said as like, hey, we don't get rid of him. This kid's going to win $1 million.
Right.
And then Carolyn is saying, I can't lose Carson yet. She wants him for one more vote. Mm-hmm. She wants him to stick around. And then Heidi says, hey, I got an idea. Our final three, it should be Heidi herself, Carolyn, and Yam Yam. And this speaks to this idea of like this Yam Yam Heidi secret alliance that they won't show us for some reason. That a lot of people are believing is true. Winners come back, and this is where we get the now infamous line of Carolyn asking Yam Yam to burp in her nose, I think she says, and maybe then face, mouth.
She definitely asked for a mouth and a nose.
There was nose, yeah.
Throw up in my mouth a little.
Yeah, like a bird.
I was happy that even she grossed herself out.
Yeah, she's like,
It actually feels good when you gross yourself out. I think you're like, ugh, what am I doing? You just gotta have like a hard reset every once in a while.
Yeah,
she definitely got one.
Yeah, you're desperate. I'm desperate to smell or taste some of those sandwiches. Oh, that was a bad idea.
I think
Instant regret is not a bad thing in your life.
I think she thought chocolate. I think she was thinking, I'm going to get a nice smell of chocolate, the cocoa, from Yam Yam's mouth. And it didn't happen.
Not what she got.
But I guess he smelt good.
Yeah.
Didn't she say something about his beard smelled?
I think they may have spritzed them with
You
some
think so?
essential
You don't think there was a
oils.
shower or
Essential
anything,
oils.
though?
No, I don't think so.
Essential oils.
Although
That's-
maybe. I mean, people are grossed out by the feet, the massage happening on the feet.
Not Probst.
Not Probst.
Nope.
But it's like, it's the rest of me that I would be concerned about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's a long time to not be showered and have someone near your nether regions, you know. And they really want they want the sanctuary where good things happen.
Yeah,
they
Probst is really
want
pushing
that to
this.
stick.
Good things.
And these poor women are like, they say it in unison as they're approaching. It's like, where good things happen to you, not us, because we're about to have the afternoon from hell, massaging your gross feet and dealing with your stink.
I think we're going to be getting a lot more sanctuaries in these 90-minute episodes.
Oh, that's a great call.
Right.
Good hang spot.
Great hang spot. We playing
things
video
happen,
games, smoking weed. We're going to have a blast at the sanctuary. I thought the immunity challenge was even worse than the actual reward challenge. And that's saying something because I didn't like the reward.
At least it was faster.
We can get rid of this one. It's fast. It was fast because everybody sort of stunk at it, where you're just balancing a ball on a platform, like on a disc, using 2 ropes. And then every 5 minutes you were to move back, and it gets a little more difficult. Obviously, your arms are getting sore, but like Jamie dropped immediately, then Carolyn, then Carson, then Yam Yam. It was down to Heidi and Lauren. They just survived 5 minutes. And then outside of a cool slow-mo bug shot, see that? Where the fly or whatever went by Lauren's face.
Yeah.
Heidi drops and Lauren wins her second immunity necklace. But this is not great television.
No.
This is boring.
No. It's not painful. It's not. It's just too fast.
Not doing anything.
Yeah.
It seems like it replaced when they would have something on a big pole, you know, and then I know people were getting hurt with that, but at least it was, it was more interesting because they were like holding stuff, big stuff, and, just give them hard hats and go back to that one or something.
Yeah. I think we could. I would get rid of this. You know what's funny with these people left in the game? They really could have rolled out some like straight up, how long can you survive type challenges, endurance challenges. Because I feel like these are not like the most super athletes in the world that maybe it wouldn't go 10 hours or 5 hours, stuff like that. Right. So I'm talking about, hey, let's get some poles out here. Hold on to a pole. Let's see who can do it long. It's like, I think they could have done it with this. Especially once they got down to this cast. I know I think they tell us that they plan all of them in advance, right? Yeah. So then there's no idea of like, well, we could pull out this challenge because it could be beneficial for this player. I don't know if you believe it or not, but anyway. Yeah. Any thoughts on this one? Are you done with this one too?
Yeah, this one is boring, and I think it's exacerbated by Jeff basically being Paul Rudd and forgetting Sarah Marshall screaming, "Do less! Minute adjustments! Don't move much!" She's like, I know you're not doing anything, but whatever you're doing, it's too much. Just stand there and do not move. Yeah, this was boring. The best part was that 4 people were out before they even went to the second session.
It was quick. It was very quick. And they don't even, it's not even a live stage change. It's like, okay,
going back,
drop, and then we reset. Right. All right. But again, it didn't take all that long. I'm not saying it's easy. Don't get me wrong. Like, no. I'm sure it's very, very difficult, but it's not great television. No. Because even the challenge, it doesn't even allow like a lot of like, oh, the ball's going off. Oh, the ball's coming back. Yeah. Like there's some that happens a lot more. I don't know if the whole, like the little disc maybe needs the tiniest little lip on it or something. Yeah. Like, but it's sort of like once that ball's going,
it's going.
It's like good luck getting it back.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the 2 ropes. Like, good try, but maybe they're done with it. Any other random notes from the penultimate episode? What'd you think of Danny's look at Tribal Council? Like the
poncho.
Yeah, the knit poncho.
I mean, I thought it was a little strange, but I like the idea that he packed it, hoping that he was wearing it at that moment where they ship him off to the island, and then he has an instant blanket. It's just smart.
That's very smart.
Instant blanket.
Yeah.
Smart.
So you're trying to say, this is my look, Jeff. I always wear ponchos.
Yeah. Oh, you want to? I got a purple one too. If you know.
Yeah. What color am I? I got an orange one, a purple one, and a green one. That's all I brought. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
What do you think about the slick move from these remaining players showing up to the Tribal Council last night with all of their stuff, everything from camp? Paintbrushes included.
Paintbrushes included. Never know when we're going to need to do art therapy at the new beach. You think Jeff was mad that they were on to the semi-twist at the end, that they had to start over?
I don't think they're mad, like Jeff or the producers. Wouldn't a part of you be like, okay, yeah, here. It's like this back and forth, always cat and mouse game between the players and the producers. And it's like, oh, all right, they have paid attention here.
Right.
And they know that we're going to another beach. So good on them.
So
now, in theory, they should change it.
Yeah, you have to respect it. And also, in your face, Jeff, because this is ridiculous anyways. This whole... Because we never see any of the results of it. Like, we never see them really struggling that much. I mean, it must suck. Well, part of it is they arrive at a new beach in the middle of the night, right? And it's like, okay, so you're going to have
on the ground.
Well, you make a fire and sleep on the ground, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And hopefully it's not raining.
Yeah, which they've been pretty lucky. Outside of challenges, feels like the weather's been okay. I heard Rob talk about this.
We haven't had a thing where they wake up in the middle of the
No.
night. They're like, oh, we've been awake for the entire night.
Yeah.
That's definitely must not be rainy season right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Yep. Next one, I guess.
Final thoughts for Jamie?
Well, she got the dum-dum edit right till the very last second.
Her final words are her talking about finding that idol. It's on her bucket list, and it's like, you did, but it's not real.
Yeah. I mean, Jamie grew on me, I will say. I was not a fan of Jamie's to start with, but I don't know, she grew on me.
Her enthusiasm for the game.
Her enthusiasm. She calmed
good
down
spirits.
a lot. She calmed down a lot. I mean, remember that she was the one who played Shot in the Dark. First night. Just freaked out.
Great call.
Played Shot in the Dark.
That's a great
Forgot
point.
about that.
I mean, we were shocked, or I was shocked, like last night, like, wow, they're voting her out? Like, we thought Jamie's going to be sitting there at the end.
Yep.
She
Right.
is going to be
Yeah.
one of those people at the end.
Yeah.
But, we go back and forth, and Rob's talked about this before, the idea of like, okay, you want somebody like Jamie there at the end with you, because probably not going to get a lot of votes, so it helps your chances. But on the other hand, that's her sitting at the end, which could be you sitting at the end.
Right.
Like those goats get taken there, take up a seat. That could be you.
For sure.
So I think that's I know the first time I heard it was Rob bringing that up. I was like, damn, yeah, a lot of truth to that. So get rid of them.
So they did drop a line in there. I think it was Carolyn who said, well, she's got a lot of friends on the jury.
Yeah.
Is that bullshit? Is that just dropped in there to be like, okay.
I think you have to convince yourself. They do seem to like each other, and it's like, well, we're
Yeah.
voting her out. So what's our reason?
Right.
She's very likable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure she is likable. I just don't think she had any chance to like convince the jury that she deserves $1 million.
Agreed.
Against really
Agreed.
anyone left.
Agreed, but like it always makes me second guess. Like, what are they not showing us here?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can't imagine she's going to be happy with her edit. And I'm sure she did make a lot of friends and relationships
Sure.
on the island, and maybe there's a scenario in a different season, maybe where she could win the game. But yeah, you're right. It seemed like there was no effing way she was going to win this
Right.
particular.
She seems like a great person. Probably
does.
really, really fun to be around, but didn't do much to win the game of Survivor this time around. But smile on her face to the very end.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it. My only other last couple of random notes
Yep.
were... I think Yam Yam needs a food review TikTok, because hearing him talk about how excited he was when he got to the sanctuary, I was like, I would watch this for a minute. Any restaurant he went to.
Yeah.
I would watch a TikTok of his last piece of bread while he was crying, and his husband is like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
It's like, I may not have it. I would watch that a million times.
I would
myself.
watch anything that guy talked
Yeah.
Oh,
about.
man, yeah.
Same.
That was so funny. The sandwiches, was one of them egg salad?
I didn't see
I
that.
didn't
I don't know,
actually
I thought
notice.
one looked like it had a little bit of like a yellow mustardy sort of vibe going on.
That would be the worst reward challenge for me of all time.
Egg salad?
salad.
Oh, you
a
hate
foot massage and egg salad? I'd straight up leave.
Just vote me out.
because you hate
I
mayo.
quit.
You love eggs, but
I
you
love
hate
eggs,
mayo.
but I hate mayo.
That's a tough call.
and
That's a tough
I don't
one.
like the cold eggs of the egg salad.
Oh, okay.
Cold egg?
Like I'm not a coleslaw guy,
Right.
stuff like that.
Okay, fair enough.
It's mainly the mayo and
Yeah.
but that would be the worst reward challenge for me.
There were definitely some that had like cold cuts on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably aiming for those ones,
Yeah.
but I would do an egg salad on a hot day.
Yeah, I love egg
I
salad.
know you do.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I'm
love
literally
egg salad.
getting sick just thinking of you guys eating egg salad.
Just beers dripping.
Just see the
with
two of
mayonnaise
us
and
with
mustard.
egg salad, getting foot massages.
Oh, Skeets, you're not going to eat yours past over, buddy.
Anything
Yeah, my
else?
last question was when they showed the non-sanctuary members drinking coconuts on the beach.
Yeah.
Where did they get plastic straws
Yeah.
from?
Yeah.
They're like green
Yeah.
and yellow plastic straws.
Did they take them from a previous reward
must.
Yeah,
challenge?
maybe so.
Yeah,
Save your straw.
Put them in the pocket.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, that's has to be.
Yeah, I was listening to Tyson this morning, and he said that this is one of the grossest things I've heard. He was doing a challenge. Have you listened to this? It's a good podcast. You should listen to it. Tyson Apostle, legend. He was doing one of those challenges where if you sit out, you eat till the end of the challenge.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Don't do those many.
Yeah, they don't do
challenges
them anymore.
anymore,
Yeah. Bring them back. And
We got so many egg salad sandwiches. You can eat until they're done.
Oh, I'm gonna get sick here.
12 hard-boiled eggs.
Anyway, he was eating until they were like, okay, the challenge is ending. He put his buff that he had been wearing for days
Yeah.
into a pitcher. They had pictures of Coca-Cola.
He soaked
Put it in there and soaked it, okay? And then they're like, okay, grab your shit. You're going back to camp or whatever. And he took it out and he didn't wring it out.
Oh my god.
And then he gave it to, I can't remember who he said he gave it to, but it was an ally of his who didn't get to eat. And she, like, smelled it and, like, wrung it out into her mouth for, like, he said hours afterwards. Like, and this is a buff that he was wearing.
I mean, I would do it.
Everywhere.
I definitely would do it.
Same. But
Pretty gross.
That's pretty
that's
sick.
like, that's the 39-day game, right? That's the difference.
Good call.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
But
I saw somebody tweeting last night. I think her name was Nalia. Didn't she come back from a reward challenge with like a half-eaten mint? And people were like so mad that she brought a mint back. Like, how dare you? That's so insulting. Food, man, it would drive you crazy on Survivor.
Did Yam Yam stumble upon a tribal council strategy last night when they were talking about bringing everything, and Lauren had brought the rice, and he jokingly said, like, maybe I should have had the rice so you wouldn't vote me out?
100%.
Could we see a player moving forward bring the rice with them to tribal council, maybe not tell people or maybe not show people, and then be like, hold it up, like, you ain't voting me out, or if you do, this rice is going.
Or you know what you do? This is the move. You bury the rice before you go. And then at tribal council you say, hey, but guys, by the way, I buried the rice. And only I know where it is.
Yeah.
So
hey,
maybe not vote me out.
Yeah, don't put my name down. Oh, I think
bad.
there's something there.
You're welcome, future survivors.
Smart move, actually.
All right, let's take our first break, and when we come back, we'll get into Tree Mail and answer a few of your questions. Don't go anywhere.
This classic episode of No Dunks is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's so easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you and never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself. But when we spend all of our time giving, it can leave us feeling stretched thin and burned out. Ain't that right? Therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life, so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. It's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries, and therapy empowers you to be the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you need help keeping your pants up, try BetterBelt. But if you're trying to find more balance, start with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/NoDunks today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/NoDunks for 10% off your first month.
As many of you know, I was recently up in Toronto for my sister-in-law's wedding. Had an absolute blast. The lovely couple, Adam and Aline, had it in the Distillery District. Great area in Toronto. Weather was amazing. Drinks and food, A+. DJ was fantastic. Great wedding. 10 out of 10. No notes. Would do it again. Not theirs, of course. They're in it for the long run. I just mean another wedding like theirs. Even if it costs a pretty penny, which we all know weddings do, and you got the flights and maybe hotels and rental cars, gifts, it all adds up. Thankfully, looking sharp all wedding season long doesn't need to be expensive. With a custom fitted suit from Indochino, you'll create priceless memories without costing a fortune. You can customize every detail on your suit, your shirt, dinner jackets, more in a range of different colors, from a traditional black or a gray to a burgundy or an olive to a classic Hemsworth navy. I've done a few pieces on Indochino, a couple shirts, a couple pants. I love Indochino's online customization. So easy. Because if I can do it, you know it's easy. And every suit is made to your exact measurements, and you can customize just everything. Like every detail, you can create a suit that fits you and your style perfectly with options for fabrics, lapel shapes, custom monograms, statement linings, and more. They also have tuxedos starting at $579, which is an absolute steal. Why rent when you can just buy a custom tux that you can re-wear for years to come? Adam, actually the groom, he had bought a tux. I was like, wow, that's a good looking rental. He's like, nah, straight bought it. Huh, damn, baller move, man. RSVP knowing you've got the perfect look all wedding season long from Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use the code NODUNKS to get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more. That's INDOCHINO.com, promo code NODUNKS. All right, still here in the Classic Factory. Shout out to everybody joining us live on YouTube here at No Buffs. They're loving the holding the rice as ransom strategy.
Great.
Burying it, bringing it with you, saying you ain't voting my ass out. I got your food, so we got something there. Big news here, JD, before we get to Tree Mail. I don't know if you saw this. Dalton Ross reporting that Jeff Probst said Survivor could possibly stage both an after show and a reunion show in the future. You've been talking about this.
Yeah,
you missed the reunion part. We got the after show.
The year later, everybody's put the weight back on. You get to see everybody gussied up too. It's nice. I like it. Okay. You get Sia in the background going, "I'm giving you my money."
You get paid in egg salad.
Bring back a random Survivor from the past.
Yeah.
See what Cochran's up to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's he doing? Still writing? Not right now. I don't think.
No, he's probably on the picket line. Yeah.
That's right.
He's got nothing else to do. Maybe he'll go back on Survivor.
It's possible. So anyway, we could be seeing this maybe in the near future.
So when, the week after kind of thing?
You would think so. Yeah. I don't think you're getting the like 5 months later or anything like that.
No.
Though I guess from when they shot it,
yeah,
and finished the season out on the island, to then maybe a live reunion show where you get everybody back together. That's a bit of time has passed. The idea that they get to watch the season, and then comment on the edit and
I want to see Jamie realize, watch the whole edit.
How dare you?
And then be like, well, I guess I wasn't as good at Survivor as I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway, might be coming. Let's get to some tree mail. Yep. Great questions from you guys, as always. At No Dunks Inc. That's INC over on Twitter. Easiest, best way to get them in. Got a few here. Teve asked, does Heidi playing that idol incorrectly help or hurt her? Less of a target going forward, but still credit for having it? Question mark. We, touched on this briefly, but what's your vibe on how it went down for Heidi and her chances moving forward? And let's just say, for the sake of the argument, she does not have another idol. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that.
Yes. I'm not willing to say that she played it incorrectly. I mean, you have to play your advantages and idols with the information that you have in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And
could she not have said, hey, I have an idol, showed, hey, I have an idol?
She could have.
And then probably doesn't get votes for. They weren't even targeting her.
Yeah. And then
keeps it and then has it for Final Five.
And that's the last time she can play the idol.
Yeah.
That's the move.
Yeah.
Okay, she played it incorrectly. You're right.
Right. I mean, yeah. And then the whole other part of this is I guess maybe in the end couldn't convince Yam Yam to hey, let's turn on Carolyn.
Right.
That's in her best interest. That also needed to happen, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
she's got to pick off these people. That has to be her play.
I mean,
you know what I mean? To win.
What you just said is a very good play. Another play, knowing that everybody's voting for Jamie, is play the idol for Jamie.
Well, there is that.
Totally.
And
And
then Carolyn's gone.
You save
Jamie.
Jamie. You save Jamie's ass, and Carolyn goes home.
Right.
That's the move. Yeah. So there were some other moves here.
So yeah, it was again a sad trombone of an idol play, but she didn't walk out with it in her pocket.
No. And as we went over, she had reasons to believe over the last couple of votes that she was possibly going to be voted out. And you don't want to go home with it in your pocket, so you got to give her that. What do you think, TK?
It seems like she's more focused on just getting to the final three and staying close with Yam Yam, because the move would have either been, like you're saying, knowing where the votes are going, since she was in close with them, to play it for Jamie, and then you get out one of the Tika. That looks like a great move, and it probably even puts her ahead of Carolyn with regards to who has made the biggest move, or even something smaller. Just get together with Jamie and Lauren and go to a 3-3 try. Make somebody draw rocks.
Right.
Yeah.
I think there were two ways she could have gone, but she'd gotten votes at the last 3 tribal councils, so understandable why she would play it.
And then Doug says here in the live tribe, like we were talking about Yam Yam, if he had last night turned on Carolyn, suddenly now he's the target.
Right.
Wouldn't the same thing be true for Heidi if she had pulled off this slick move that we're saying?
Very
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
Very true.
Yes, she would be, but the counter to that is she sort of has to be to win the game. I wrote down 2 things last night in my notes after watching it. One, Yam Yam is winning this game if he's in the final 3. Every
Agree.
jury reaction shot, as we talked about, they eat it up. He's likable as hell. He's played a great game. I think he wins no matter who's there, if he's there. And the other thing I wrote down after this, I don't think Heidi can win this game now. I think there was a small opening, but I don't think she has any chance now, unfortunately. But that's my opinion. I've been wrong before. Lots of times. All right, next one. Kevin, what's the biggest mistake of the season thus far? Matthew climbing the giant rock? Yam Yam not voting off Carolyn? Something else? Trey, get us started here. Do you have a big mistake from this season? Is it one of those? Is it something else? What do you think?
Well, I mean, a guy did fall off a giant rock and nearly kill himself, but it could have been a bigger mistake, I suppose. Yam Yam not voting off Carolyn. We'll see how it plays out. May be a mistake, though, in the long run for Yam Yam. Here's something else for you to consider, and I think I have the details right. I think it was a mistake when Franny beat Brandon in immunity when they were split into tribes in episode 7. That eventually sent Matt, her boyfriend, home. But if she wins her immunity but loses to Brandon, then her tribe, her group of 5, is going to tribal council. She would still be immune, but you'd be going with Carolyn, Danny, Heidi, and Kane. That's 3 Soka, 1 Ratu, 1 Tika. So to me, either Carolyn or Kane is gone in that situation, which is a lot better than losing your number 1, who is also one of your tribe mates.
Yeah.
There would be a lot more Sokas left over, and that would have completely changed the game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's a really good
Sliding
one.
doors.
What? I'm blanking on his name. Josh?
Sure.
Josh.
That's a man.
He lied about his profession,
That's a great call.
which is a big mistake because everything else was just a cascading array of lies that he had to tell because of his profession, and he came off as being untrustworthy. But it's not as bad as Franny not throwing the challenge. But yeah, but Matthew falling off the rock, I think that's the biggest. Like,
Mistake?
you did it to yourself,
Yes,
Radiohead.
indeed.
Radiohead, nice.
I mean, and also potentially, well, he could have died, but he's going to be living with that injury forever. Like, he's not a young guy. Like, he's going to be suffering the
a good point.
consequences of falling off a cliff. Like, he did some damage, right?
Well, yeah, it hurts physically
Rotator cuff.
and, of course, emotionally.
Yeah.
The ultimate what if. Man.
I don't see him getting an open invitation back.
Right.
Whereas Bruce, who just banged
Bruce
his
is back,
head-
baby. That's locked in.
Is Bruce playing the game right now? He might be. Is that possible?
He's Survivor
Good
45.
cue. Yeah, I don't know when they're filming.
He is in 45?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
confirmed.
Confirmed. There's a bunch of leaks of all the people now in it. Yeah, and he's one of them for
I
sure.
don't pay attention to
I
that
know,
stuff.
but Bruce is in it.
Wow.
Bruce.
All right, next one. Sean, what do you think the jury will most respect as gameplay for the final tribal council? Is this a relationship jury, an outwit jury, an outplay jury, a big move jury, and so on? Do you have a read on who's over there right now? We got 6 people over there right now. 2 more will join them. What do you think?
I think, well, we all seem to think that Yam Yam is the best chance of winning.
Yep.
So based on that, I'm going to say they're a relationship jury.
Okay.
But it is really hard to tell. Who's on the jury? We've got Brandon, ex-NFLer.
Uh-huh.
We got Matt and Franny.
Yep.
We got
We got
Danny.
Danny. Yep.
He seems like a moves guy to me.
He
Moves
does.
guy, I
He
agree.
does. And we got Jamie now.
And we got
Jamie and
Jamie.
Kane.
Yeah, and
Jamie
Kane.
and Kane. You're right. Kane was very tight with Carson. I think he's a relationship guy too.
Yeah,
So I think they're mostly relationship guys except for maybe Danny.
I would agree with that.
So relationship. I think they're
Do Matt and Franny vote together?
great
probably.
question.
I think so. Matt will do what Franny wants.
That's sort of what I think too.
Wow.
I think that too.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, Eddie takes on.
No, I
on
think
this territory.
JD nailed it. I think like Danny to me sticks out as the gameplay strategy voter. Maybe Brandon goes that way as well, just because of
Sports background, yeah.
competitive background, that kind of thing. But everybody else seems to be a bit of a relationship voter.
Okay, so what you're saying is, hypothetically, Lauren wins the Final 5 challenge. She wins her way into the final. So she goes on a run here. I mean, that would be 4 immunity wins.
Yes.
Pretty damn impressive.
Very.
And that could get her votes from a Danny, from a Brandon.
Yep.
Obviously, she was on a tribe with Kane and Jamie. I wonder if there's some tribe alliances there at all.
She seems likable,
She does.
but if she's sitting next to Yam Yam,
Yeah, I know.
not
I know.
as
Yeah,
much.
Could be tough. Could be
not
tough.
as likable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe.
Matt B. We're going back to the sanctuary here, guys.
Matt Blankenship?
Yes. How much do I love Franny? No, another Matt B.
So much.
How much do you tip a masseuse when you haven't showered in 3 weeks?
Are we talking feet
How much
or
egg
a
salad
full
do you
body
offer
massage?
up? I believe what they had in the sanctuary there, just a foot massage. I mean, your feet are gross.
I'm paying double. Like whatever they're charging,
Yeah.
it's 100% tip.
Okay, that's very kind of you, and I think fair.
I just hope they were allowed to shower before.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, when you get a pedicure, they
your
wash your feet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they soak your feet. But I didn't see any like buckets of
Soak? Yeah, they didn't have a soak.
But whatever.
But we maybe jumped that part there.
Yeah.
We'll get that on the 90-minute episode.
We want to see the full massage.
Yeah.
That's why they're going to 90 minutes.
Okay, but
Jeff
you're-
wants to as well.
So you're saying a hell of a tip, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're sitting there and you're smelling yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah,
like, ugh.
All right. I mean, luckily it's an open concept
It's open.
sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's true.
There's a nice breeze maybe going through there. But final one. Waffs Burner wanted to know, would a Heidi win be worse than a Gabler win? The Alley Gabler from 43.
Worse than Gabler winning. I mean, I'm not that mad about Gabler winning.
No.
I might have. Was I at the time? I don't remember. It came out of nowhere. That's for
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
More surprising? I don't know. I don't know if Heidi would be more surprising than Gabler. Gabler, I think I got 8 votes, right? Or 7 out of 8 votes.
Yeah.
He got almost every
Yeah, I
every
think there was
vote.
one vote.
Yeah, that was a shocker.
But
I would
he
be
had
less shocked if Heidi won, I think.
Yeah, Gabler had a great speech at the end. He
Oh,
was
great.
very
Great
convincing,
speech.
and he did have a great move because who did he get out? Like, he did his move where he's like, "I'm the Alley Gabler. I'm coming up. I'm getting rid of this person who I can't stand." Ellie, man, was that her name?
I think you're right. I think it
Yeah.
was Ellie.
Oh, they were
pretty
bonding
early.
over the rock and rollers. I mean, what was it?
Yeah, Mastodon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Velvet Underground. Yeah.
Yeah. It was her, wasn't it?
You're right.
Was it?
You're totally right.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
because of the bag search that she didn't even do.
Bag
Is that
search.
right? But that didn't matter because he had his sights on her. He came up from the depths, got rid of her, and went back down. And then he very eloquently laid that out at the final tribal council.
Yeah.
And
He was amazing at the tribal council.
It was incredible. And then he gave away all his money.
Yes, there was that too.
But that was not part of it. But still. So yeah, I think Heidi winning would be way more surprising. Like,
well, would it be worse? Was the question.
Well,
I think the
again,
real question is from Waspburner: will you be upset if Survivor 44 ends with Heidi winning? And I would even throw in a Lauren winning and not a Tika member. Will you be angry or not at all? Obviously, still game to be played, so moves to be made. But like, as of episode 12, is JD pissed if Heidi? I don't know, wins.
I'm never pissed. I'm gonna be upset if Yam Yam doesn't win, if he's in the final three and he doesn't win. Heidi, yeah, it'll feel like a little bit like, oh, okay, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we even playing this game? But I have the same speech every year where it's like, it's not the winner in the end. It's the journey, man. It's the journey. It's like
you sound like Probst.
It's my analogy is a Norm Macdonald joke. It's like the punchline is usually shit, but it's fucking hilarious until you get there, and that's what we're doing.
Okay,
Here. It's the ride. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. A lot can happen. I don't know. Chris Underwood did a lot. Everybody's pissed that he won. Mostly because he got voted out third.
Yeah. Well, Erica was
was
a sort of a winner that people are like, what? We didn't see or hear from her barely at all. Then she did a
Right.
shillelagh of time, and
One move,
suddenly
one big
she's
move.
winning.
She was best friends with Heather. Who? So,
Trey, are you gonna get upset if Heidi?
I'll flip the table.
Yeah, there we go.
You're
That's
gonna
the
flip this
That's
table.
the answer I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
come on, Heidi should not win.
I agree with you.
Tika should win, and it will be good if Tika wins to finally, in the 40s, get a winner who feels like a deserving winner. Because I don't think we've had that yet. I don't think you look at either of 41, 42, and 43 and say the player who played the best won. And I think that as long as a Tika wins, you'll think they played the best.
Right.
But I disagree with if somebody wins Survivor, they've done everything that is required to win Survivor. So does that mean floating under the surface and floating all the way to the end? Maybe that's the game. Maybe that's the game. Now.
Yes.
Like that's why I'm in the minority in that I'm not that pissed off at Chris Underwood for winning because that was the game that was presented to me.
Yeah. There's no doubt. No one can deny. Like, well, they won the game, so they won the game. So it's like they're the winners. But what Trey's saying, there's some truth to. This is entertainment. They're making a show. They're picking pieces of that they want to show us week in, week out.
Exactly.
Of like who's good, who's not, whatever.
Right.
And so it's generally more rewarding for us as a viewer to be like, oh, that person that they have told us way more than other person is deserving or has done more, has made the big move, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you like when they can sync up like that.
Totally.
I think most people do. At least.
What I would have been thrilled if Jesse or Carla had won last year.
Right, and that's what Trey's saying.
And to your point, yes, absolutely. They felt like they were more deserving, but they didn't win. They were voted out, right?
Yep.
So that was you could say that they lost, they failed, or the person who outlasted them, which is in the logo.
Are you saying they outlasted,
and outwitted?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't outplay, but you have to do all three.
I don't think we need to worry about this, Waffsburner. Lauren? Maybe.
I think
maybe,
yeah.
but even that, I'm not convinced. Somebody from Tika's got this. We got 3 out of the 5 here. And then even if one of them goes, maybe it's a battle of fire, maybe it's a vote out, like a backstab, whatever, that person's going to be voting for whoever did it. Now, it'll be interesting if there's 2 there and 1 Tika on the jury, and it's like, who are they voting for? That'll be interesting. But, yeah, okay. I don't think we're going to have to worry about this. Good stuff, guys. Love it. Keep those questions coming. You know we're going to have a long episode of No Buffs next week. Oh, boy. 2-hour-plus episode and the after show. You want champagne? You want pizza? You want pizza? You want champagne? You want pizza? You want champagne?
Should we have some champagne?
We should order pizza next week and have some champagne.
Let's do it.
All right, great. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Philo. How do you get your TV? Still doing cable? Going illegal? Borrowing mom's password? Hey, Mom! What's the password? Well, Philo is a solution for your TV problems. Philo has shows, movies, and live TV for just $25 a month. No contracts, no commitments, no hassles. Just a better way to watch TV. And Philo has an unlimited DVR for 1 year. Philo also allows for multiple profiles and multiple streams. Everyone in the house can have their own saved shows and up to 3 simultaneous streams. Never fight over who gets to pick what to watch. Philo has classics like Friends, kids shows like Paw Patrol, and current bangers like Yellowstone. And Philo has more than 70 channels like VH1, AMC, HGTV, BET, the History Channel, TLC, MTV, and Vice. Watch from all your devices. Signing up is easier than beating the 76ers. Try it yourself with their 7-day free trial. Sign up today at philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv. And use promo code NODUNKS to get 50% off your first month.
All right, get your phones out. We're taking a look at the Make Your Picks app, our No Buffs Fantasy Survivor pool. How did the boys do? Did you play enough advantages? Did you load up? TK, you're nodding away. You're smiling.
I loaded up.
So
I
did
played
I.
everything I possibly could, and now suddenly I'm number 581 after hanging in the thousands
Wow.
for the majority of the season. I guess these advantages work.
Yep. Because the same thing happened to me, Trey. I loaded up. I hit on Jamie, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm up to 317th. Just climbing the rankings out of 1,600 plus people. While you find your results there, or do you got them here? How'd you do? You forgot, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget.
How dare you say that?
Yeah, I'm still 1433, but I'm way better than I was.
That's
way
good.
better.
That's good. So lucky for you, some people forgot to play. They've given up. Anyway, Chris from the Make Your Picks app wrote in to say, for the finale, you got 2 votes, okay? You sort of have 3 in a weird way. But vote for both. You are voting for who will be eliminated, pick 2,
Okay.
okay? And then who will win the season. So you're basically trying to decide who's going to be in the final 3,
Okay.
because you're getting rid of 2 people, and then who's going to win.
So who's getting voted out? Who's losing fire? And then who's winning?
Good way to put it. Good way to put it. All advantages have expired. So I hope you used them, which means there are no extra votes this week. So you got to choose wisely. Also, this is fun. Make Your Picks. They surveyed all the users, and they were asking everybody which fantasy pools they would like to see on the app besides Survivor, in addition to Survivor.
okay.
So the survey is still open on the challenges page. You can go vote if you'd like to. You can actually earn gems by replying. But here are the results so far. I'm going to go from 4th to 1st.
Okay.
In 4th place, Love is Blind, 325 votes. Ever watched?
I've watched the first couple of episodes of the first season.
Yep.
Diabolical. It's kind of fun.
Yep. But why'd you stop watching then?
I don't know, it's so much.
Just content.
I think we moved on to The Circle, maybe.
Oh,
Ugh.
I hated that show.
Yeah, it's not on par with Love is Blind.
Right.
No.
Right. Next one. I know you guys like this one. The Great British Bake Off.
Ooh, that is awesome.
337 votes. You are big fans. Big
Yeah,
fans.
that's
We have a No Dunks fan who won it.
Yeah, shout out Peter Sawkins.
That's right.
Yeah, that sounds like a great one for the Make Your Picks pool, because there's like 3 competitions in every single
Yeah.
episode with what do they call it? The showstopper, the technical
Yeah. And
signature. Actually, signature technical
Yeah, you were
showstopper, I
nailing
guess,
it.
is
Yeah.
the way it goes. And then I don't know, you can like a weird Noel joke. Maybe that can be. You can get points for
or
a weird joke from that
Paul
guy.
handshake.
Oh, handshake. Gotta be
you could
50
do a
points.
lot of fun
Hollywood
stuff.
handshake. That'd be awesome.
Dropping things, dropping cakes
Yes.
or whatever,
Yeah.
Cake drop.
Yeah.
Minus 300
burning
points.
A
things.
disaster of some sort.
Well, anyway, that's 3rd. 337
bottom.
votes. Not enough votes right now. So we need more people
Okay.
to get in on the GBBO. The Amazing Race, 685 votes. That's in 2nd place.
Okay. Not surprising. First place? Let me guess. The Bachelor?
No. It's coming up. Expect the unexpected.
Oh, Big Brother.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
In 1st place, 707 votes. And Make Your Picks. Chris says they're launching the Big Brother Fantasy Pool
There we go.
for season 25.
Do I want to
That's where they're at.
Season 25.
Yeah.
We doing any returners?
I have no clue. I gave up on Big Brother a while ago.
Same.
A couple seasons ago. I was in it. I was watching all summer long. Hell, I was watching those After Dark things once
Same.
upon a time, way back in the day, like 3 o'clock in the morning.
There's a lot of Big Brother.
Yeah, and then I did not like the direction it was going. A lot of the people they had on these shows.
Yeah.
I think they're saying it's better now, at least in terms of casting and stuff like that. But maybe I'll get into it. Season
I'll
25,
dive
the
in.
Chenbot.
Love Chenbot.
Yeah. Did you not see the Big Brother ad last night during Survivor?
I did. I just was like...
They were
just
showing like
kinda
old
washed
Julie and like
over.
Julie through the years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Julie Chen.
Okay, so Big Brother Fantasy Pool is coming to the Make Your Picks app. If you're enjoying this app, by the way, like we have been, go give it a 5-star review in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and tell your friends about it. We've had a lot of fun with this, and we are down to the final week, and we're gonna have some winners. We do have some prizes on the line here for these
Right.
people. I forget, maybe the top 7, I want to say. Get some breakingtea.com gift certificates. You can go buy
Nice.
whatever you want in the store.
Sweet. Buy this.
Yeah, is this good? Good call.
We-
Shout out to Matty O.
We need a A no buff shirt.
We do need.
We need a shirt,
We
yeah.
need a no buffs buff. Would be the coolest
Ooh,
thing.
yeah.
I don't know if Breaking Tea does that, but we need a shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe a shirt that just looks like a buff. I mean, sometimes
like that.
some of the skinnier people can straight up wear the buff as a shirt.
Yeah,
It's like a tank top.
Ultra
for sure.
top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us in some ideas for what a no buff shirt could be, because all I could think of right now is a picture of Jeff, and underneath it says "Certified Foot Freak." But I don't think we're gonna sell that one.
Yeah, I might not
So
get by the
come with some
CBS.
suggestions.
Like a
please.
little sexy Saint Jeff. Like,
Oh, the candle.
Sexy St. Jeff is good.
Sexy
Yeah.
Saint Jeff.
What else? Maybe there's something with egg salad now.
The game within the game is in the game.
oh, that's
Yeah,
a
my
good
famous
one.
saying. Okay, yeah. If you have suggestions for no buffs merch that we can make, you tell us. Let us know. Oh, we should have done a Go Train Connection
Yes.
shirt. That would have been really good.
The Go Train Alliance.
Yeah, that's good.
And have the three of us on there, plus Omer and Amir driving the train.
All right. So instead of the next time on Survivor here, like looking ahead at what we saw, we know it's the finale. I just want to know two things: who do you want to win, and who do you think is going to win? Those, of course, could be the same people. You get us started. Who does JD want, and who do you think is going to win? A vote with your head, a vote with your heart.
My head says Jam Jam. My heart says Jam Jam.
Okay. Same person. TK.
I want a Tika to win. It doesn't really matter to me who it is.
You don't care.
Okay.
There's such a perfect trio. Like, there hasn't been a threesome alliance that has been this likable
Yeah.
ever. Like, they're all awesome, and they would all be great winners.
Yep.
And I'm with you. I'm in on Jam Jam as who I think will win, but any of Jam Jam, Carson, and Carolyn, I'd be ecstatic.
I'd be happy to.
Okay. Who do I want to win? I want Jam Jam or Carolyn to win. I want one of those
Well,
two.
yeah, I thought we had to pick one.
I know. Okay, I'll go Jam Jam. Who do I think wins? Man, it really is. Could be at least. Who are two Tika people in this fire making challenge? And who the hell wins it? Keep seeing these shots of Carson in the fire. We've been told Carolyn's awesome at it. We know Heidi's been awesome at it if she's there. But as far as the Tika people, who comes out there? Oh man. All right, I think Carson is going to win, and I want Jam Jam to win.
Okay.
But I'm a little terrified that Jam Jam is not there.
Yeah.
Because I do believe if he's there, he wins. But can he get into the final three? We're going to find out real soon.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
In mere days, we're going to find out. You tell us, who do you want to win? Who do you think's going to win? Call your shots, guys. Thanks so much for joining us live here for No Buffs on YouTube. All you podcast listeners, leave us a 5-star rating and review. We will be back next Thursday, which should be a lengthy episode of No Buffs.
We're going to have champagne. We're going to have pizza.
Right. Island pizza? Shittiest pizza we can find.
Which is, yeah.
Foot massages. We'll massage each other's feet
Oh, God.
for Jeff.
For Jeff.
Yeah,
okay.
come on.
Anything for Jeff. All right, guys. We'll be back next week. Look forward to talking to you then. Until next time, the tribe has spoken.